What is up, guys? I'm George Mossey. So last night, 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 7, Episode 14 has aired. Now, we watched a check-in with Andrei and Libby, and we're watching the aftermath of this meeting that Libby had scheduled with her sisters that Andrei sort of invited himself to. And Andrei feels very upset at how the meeting took place, and he felt like he couldn't keep his cool because he just is sick and tired of dealing with Libby's sisters. And a lot of us at home are wondering, if you're sick and tired of dealing with Becky and Jen, why would you invite yourself to a meeting with Becky and Jen that you were never intended to attend in the first place? So we are watching Andrei try and sever the relationship between Libby and her sisters, and it seems to be working. And then on top of all of that, Libby, who is pregnant and moving farther along into her pregnancy, is trying to understand that she might have to give birth to her child in another country, which she's not comfortable doing. In fact, she's not comfortable living anywhere except where she is living now in America and Florida. And Andrei feels that there's no other way or option if he is unable to continue his green card. And he's actually said something that caught my attention on this episode last night. He said, "You can't stay here because you have absolutely no support from anyone here other than me." Now, that statement really struck me because Libby has quite a bit of support. Her entire family supports her and loves her and wants to be a part of her life. The only issue is Andrei has found a way to push all of her family and friends away. So I don't like the idea that he is trying to put into Libby's head that without him, she is completely alone, because that's just not the case. Libby is definitely not alone. She has quite a few people who want to be in her life. Her sisters actually set up this meeting because they want to be in her life, and Andrei was there to make sure that that did not happen. So it's definitely a situation where we feel like Andrei is trying to get into Libby's head and control the way that she sees other people. And unfortunately, she doesn't have a lot of leadway in this situation because she has let her husband take the lead in not only their marriage but in her outside relationships. And it's just really terrible because we know that she was very close with her sisters and her entire family. So watching Libby struggle and be alone and feel that she can't reach out and talk to and see the people that she loves in her life. She wasn't even allowed to go to her mom's birthday party because her husband didn't feel comfortable going, even though he wasn't really invited. He could have stayed home and let Libby spend this time with her mother and her family, but he just felt it would be better if they did not attend. So, guys, we're just watching Libby slowly and surely cut all ties with the outside world. And unfortunately, we've seen these situations happen many times in the past. And we just really hope that Libby can open her eyes and see you do not have to sacrifice family, friends, and relationships for your spouse. If your spouse doesn't want you to have outside relationships, that is a situation that you need to look into further. All right, guys, so we're going to be watching next week to see the family therapy session that everyone is very excited to see. It does include Charlie and Megan and the rest of the family. Whether or not they're going to be able to fix any of the issues that the family is having now, we will have to wait and see. There were some Thanksgiving posts, and some of the sisters were together this Thanksgiving. We did see Jen was with Charlie and Megan, and we did see Libby was with Becky. So I'm happy to see that they are taking strides to be in each other's lives and build those relationships back up. So I'm wondering if the family therapy session had something to do with that. All right, guys, I'm George Mossey. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at George Mossey and at georgemossey.com for all your 90 Day Fiancé news and updates.